So right now we're at right here at Fort DeSoto at this fishing pier, and I usually don't do too well here, so I don't have my hopes up too high, but we're gonna go give this a try. I'm gonna add some water to my light bait real quick. All right, I'm gonna put a tiny split shot on here just to weigh the shrimp down a little bit. That's it, real small. Let's move up a little bit and cast right over here by the sink. All right, let's try right here by the pilings. All right guys, I've been here for almost 2 hours now, and this is literally the first fish that I've hooked up on. It's windy, conditions are not the best, but a little baby mangrove. I hope that storm is not coming towards here. So I usually do not have any, I don't have the best luck fishing this pier. Yeah, I don't have the best luck fishing this pier, but figured I'd give it a shot, give it another chance. I haven't been here for about 6 years. That's the reason why. But we're gonna throw some more. Like I said, I've been here for a couple hours now, almost 2 hours, and that was literally the first fish that I've hooked up on. A lot of people are leaving. I don't know, it's because of the storm, and also they're not catching much. Nothing seems to be working, so there's no way that there's only one mangrove here, and that one that I caught that was all undersized. I'm gonna try and go back to a pompano jig and see if that changes anything. All right guys, I'm gonna do a green and pink teaser. This is a 3/4 ounce jig. Ooh, that doesn't sound good. That wasn't my stomach, even though I'm hungry. Yeah, I just saw some lightning. I just saw some dolphins. This way. Thunder got me nervous. Oh, I gotta check on her bait. They're all alive. They're all still healthy. Yeah, let's pack up and head somewhere else, let the rain pass, get something to eat, and yeah, let's do that. I think that's a better idea. It's what a responsible person should do or say. Gosh dang it, I couldn't help myself. This shrimp jumped out of bucket, so I figured I might as well use them before we leave. It's not my fault. Blame the shrimp. Don't blame me. Blame the bait. All right, fam, we're gonna call it. I'm gonna leave this spot. Yeah, we're gonna be a little responsible and stay on the safer side. All right, guys, we moved to a different spot. I said I was gonna grab something to eat, but I decided to stop right here at this Tierra Verde. If I can get a flounder, I'd be happy. A legal size flounder. Finally got something. A little mangrove. Bites are still slow, but What was that? Oh. Oh. Do I finally got my flounder? Dude, do I finally got my flounder? Please tell me you're... Please tell me you're legal. I'm gonna go measure this guy real quick. Flounder gotta be 14. 14. Guess what? Oh. Yes, sir. Yeah. You're going in a box. Oh man, I got my flounder. All right, fam. Your boy got his flounder finally, and you know we gotta eat. So let's start making some lunch. Let's go ahead and get all our stuff out. Let's go ahead and get all our stuff out and start cooking some lunch. Whew, that feels good. Finally got my flounder. Ain't this? Oh. So I screwed up. I forgot my propane tank. Oh man, I guess we're just gonna have to cook it at home. It is what it is. All right, I'll see you guys back at the house. All right guys, we just had a storm roll through, and I don't know if you could tell, it was flooding here a little bit ago. So I guess we're gonna go ahead and get this started, get it out of the way. We're gonna cook that flounder that we caught yesterday. All right guys, here's the flounder we caught yesterday. Let's go ahead and wipe this guy down. I'm gonna go ahead and fillet this guy, clean him up, fillet him. So yesterday was pretty rough. Pretty rough yesterday. Yesterday was a whole grind itself. You know, that pier that I was at in Port DeSoto was actually it's good pier. I just never, me personally, I never have any good luck with it. So I'm kind of rushing this cook because I'm not sure. I can't trust the forecast, but the forecast says that it's not going to rain for another couple hours, but I just don't believe that. So even though I'm home right now, why am I cooking this outside in the back of the truck? Well, for one, my girl and I, both of us work remote. So she has meetings, and I didn't want to make a lot of noise while I'm cooking. Just a normal guy that loves fishing and cooking. All right, so that's our fillet right there, no bones. All right, that's pretty clean. Only salt and pepper. As you see, I do have some bacon here. That's what we're gonna use our grease on. I'm gonna go ahead and let it cook. Let's go ahead and get some onions. I just threw all the onions on here. Let that soften up. I'm gonna put some garlic in here. Who doesn't like garlic, right? Throw some tomatoes. And put some spinach in here. Alright, I'm gonna throw some heavy whipping cream. That's all you need right there. If you've ever made Tuscan chicken before, it's basically similar ingredients. Put a little bit of a shaved Parmesan on here, and put some of this on here. This helps, gives it some sodium, and also it also thickens up the sauce. Let's go ahead and let's put our fish in here. Let it poach, soak up all that flavor that we just added on here. Cool thing about that is that this doesn't take long to cook. Now we're gonna put a little bit of more Parmesan on here. Let's cover up a little bit. And that should be done in 2-3 minutes. Let's see how this looks. I think that looks amazing. The pasta is ready, nice and cooked. All right, let's go ahead and get this out of the way. Look, there's one fillet, 2 fillets, 3. The 4th one is here somewhere. The 4th one is a smaller one. That's it. Put this to the side. Remember the bacon that we used to cook earlier? Oh. So we're gonna put that right on there. And we're gonna add some parsley on here. Just top it off with some parsley. And a little bit of Parmesan. That's my take on a Tuscan flounder. Instead of Tuscan chicken, this is a Tuscan flounder over a bed of pasta, and that's the whole fish in there. I know it's smothered in there, but it's covered in a delicious sauce. All right, let's give this a bite and see how. Maybe it does need a little bit of salt. Kind of went under, but let's try this again. It's good as hell though. That's fire, guys. That's fire. That is amazing. That was a brilliant idea. I'm glad I did that. I'm glad I tried that. Because I make Tuscan chicken at home, but I always wanted to see what it would be. Man, if if I would have had a fatter fillet, oh god, this is, man, that's delicious. All right guys, thanks for hanging out with me today. Thanks for all the positive feedbacks, the comments. I just appreciate you guys watching the channel and clicking on the video. So until then, I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.